Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Tim's Vinyl Confessions. I'm Tim Derling. Joining me again is Jex Russell. Jex, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Tim?
So, you kind of gave me the idea to do this episode, and I'll throw it over to you in a second. But it's about Walmart. We're talking about Walmart specifically when it comes to the music sections at Walmart. And I just want to say as a disclaimer, this is neither a condemnation of Walmart nor is it an endorsement. It's just a couple of guys talking about the music sections at Walmart. So, Jax, I guess I'm gonna put it over to you to give the where the germ of the idea came from for this episode.
Well, it must have been about a week and a half ago. I was at Walmart with my family, and I said, "Hey, I'm just gonna go to the music section real quick because I wanted to see if they had the Kiss off the soundboard, the Tokyo 2001 official bootleg. Oh, I wonder if they have that here." And to my surprise, when I got to the music section, the shelves were empty. They were still there, but empty. Not a disc in sight. And I was kind of like, oh. I looked around, maybe they moved, nowhere to be found. And we have like a group chat going, you, me, Matt, and Will. So I took some photos and I shared with you guys. I was like, guys, like, no more music section. What's going on? Like, streaming has won.
Yeah.
It's a sad day for collectors, you know? So it just kind of got us talking and reminiscing about titles that we've got over Walmart and how important. Because for me, Walmart was pretty important. Around 2008, 2011, those were my prime CD buying years at Walmart. And I was in my early to mid 20s. And the reason for that is there was no more music stores. I was living in Bathurst. And the last music store closed in 2007. It was called CD Plus. And when it closed, the only place to buy CDs in town was Walmart or Zellers, but they didn't have as good of a section as Walmart did. So that's when I just started buying more and more discs. And their selection back then was still really good. I find in recent years, you couldn't really find the classics or it's more like greatest hits. But back in around 2008, 2009, they really had a good selection. So I think we're going to kind of go over that today.
Yeah, there's no question that, music fans would say, why are you talking about Walmart? Well, like me, like if you live in a rural area, maybe you don't have access to record stores. So my main Walmart is in Woodstock, which is about a half an hour away. It's my hometown and all of that. And Jax is absolutely on the ball. And when I look back and I started pulling out CDs of stuff that I had bought at Walmart, I was a little surprised with what I actually did find there. So, yeah, there's online, but I like going into a store and buying an album. And what you're going to see here, I think, for me anyway, and maybe for Jax too, as he alluded to, there are a lot of compilations. Sometimes you just want to buy something. So you go in and say, there's nothing on this that I don't have, but I just want to buy something. So I'm going to start. We each have piles of stuff to go through, but I'm going to start with some of the stuff I've bought at Walmart over the years. And start at 2008, as Jex said. I remember going in there and this had just come out, Def Leppard Songs from the Sparkle Lounge album, which I bought. And that really didn't surprise me that much, but this one kind of did, that they carried this. It was Whitesnake, Good to Be Bad, their 2008 album. It's on SPV, so it wasn't even on a major label. So I was really surprised to see this at a Walmart. Of course, I snatched both of those up. The next time I was there, I picked up a couple of things. I got the Dream Theater compilation, Greatest Hit, and 21 other pretty cool songs. I've always loved the title of that one, the self-deprecating. And we're going to be talking about a few of these examples of what are Walmart exclusives. This was a big one. Journey Revelation. This was the first album with Arnell. This album went platinum, and they sold a ton of it, and mostly due to being at Walmart at a good price. And it had the re-recorded songs on it. So people grabbed it, say, I know this song and this song and this song. So that was a big one. And I remember they also had like some cheaper DVDs. I remember picking this one up for about $10, the Kiss My Ass DVD. And I also got this 2-disc Bryan Adams anthology, which I still think is the best. If you're going to buy one thing from Bryan Adams, I think this is the one. This came out in 2005 originally. They also had another SPV release aside from the Whitesnake. I bought this when it first came out at Walmart. Alice Cooper, Along Comes a Spider. Yeah, a little surprising, some of these ones. Another Walmart exclusive, that was available in 4 different colors. Collect them all. I've only got one. AC/DC Black Ice. It came out in a variety of colors. I happen to like blue, so I got the blue one. This was kind of an odd one. I didn't think I'd find this at a Walmart, but Queensryche's cover album, Take Cover. Big Walmart exclusive. Walmart exclusive was supposed to like take over the world, and the typical Kiss, Hype Machine, Sonic Boom. And this did really well for them. There you go. Yeah. I mean, how many of us didn't buy this at Walmart, right? So there was that. This Journey DVD Live in Manila. This came out 2009. I think this was a Walmart exclusive. Another AC/DC one I got there, not that it was exclusive to there, but Iron Man 2, which is essentially AC/DC's greatest hits. It's a good compilation. And this version has a DVD with it too. Another CD DVD set. I got this Rush Retrospective 3, which is the best of their stuff from Presto through Snakes and Arrows. The next Journey album to come out, Eclipse, was a Walmart exclusive. Didn't do quite as well as Revelation. Also, this is Def Leppard Mirror Ball Live and More. 2-disc set, 1 DVD, live album with 3 new songs. This was a Walmart exclusive, at least for a while. And this is the first thing I bought in a long time that came in one of these double CD cases, because so it's got 1 disc there, another disc there, another disc there. So it kind of had to be. You'll like this one, Jax. This is kind of a surprise. Nazareth, Homecoming. This is a live concert from, I believe it's from 2001. I think this was recorded, but I think it came out a few years after that. And this is just a good live concert from their hometown in Glasgow.
Never seen it. Cool.
Yeah. I'm looking on here, and I don't think, okay, there's one song from No Mean City. I know you really like that album. I think Simple Solution. I think that's on No Mean City. I'm surprised they didn't do the song No Mean City. Anyway, big news, of course. I had to get this Van Halen, Different Kind of Truth. When it came out, this is the version with the extra DVD. Another Kiss one, Monster. That was a Walmart. Aerosmith, Music from Another Dimension. This is one of the deluxe editions. It's not the most deluxe of deluxe, but it's the one that Walmart carried. This is another one that, looking back, I'm a little surprised I found. It's Triumph Live at the Sweden Rock Festival, CD, DVD. One of my favorites, Led Zeppelin Celebration Day, their 2007 reunion gig in London, the CD, DVD set. And this is an example of just going in and saying, I'm not missing anything on this, but I'm just going to get it so I can walk out and say I've added something to my collection. Def Leppard Rock of Ages. It's a 2-disc best of. So I'll take a break from my stuff and let Jack show off some of his Walmart finds.
I was worried that I brought along too much stuff, but I think we're gonna be okay. I'm not gonna talk too much about Sonic Boom since you mentioned it, but I do want to chime in real quick and say that 2009 was a good time to be a Kiss fan as far as Walmart is concerned, because not only did they have the album, merchandise galore. Mr. Potato Heads with Kiss makeup. You remember those, Tim?
Yeah.
Like Mr. Potato Heads. You could get little figurines of Kiss, which I was so close to buying. I wish I did. I did, however, buy the Gene Simmons mask and the Paul Stanley mask. I have that at my parents'. I got the full-size Sonic Boom poster that looks like this. So it was a good time to be a Kiss fan. And Walmart prices, what you paid like $5 per poster, like $8 per mask. It's good prices. So yeah, this was the marketing for this through the roof. They did a really good job. I don't often buy new releases now. I often go for like older stuff. But the last time that I remember getting an album new at Walmart was about 5 years ago, 2016. And that's when Anthrax released their latest album, For All Kings. Comes in a cool slip cover there. Looks like that. And I just went and bought it. I heard the single. I was like, I'm going to buy it. Don't know what the album sounds like other than the single, which was called Evil Twin. But I really liked it, so I'm glad I bought it at Walmart. What else? Oh, you mentioned Black Ice. So I'm going to show this off. When Black Ice came out in 2008, they were doing a little promotion for it, AC/DC, and you could buy these little milk crates. Look like that. And
That's
how
so
it worked,
cool.
right? And how that worked is it came with 3 AC/DC CDs from their earlier catalog, and I'm trying to remember what came in here. I think it was High Voltage, Back in Black, and Razor's Edge, something like that. Those three were in here, and it was probably about $15 maybe for the 3 CDs in the crate. So I bought it, and then as the years went by, I kind of kept adding to it and bought more of their albums. So I'm glad I got it. It looks great on the shelf. So
Yeah.
yeah. So again, like not so much anymore, but back then they would really put a lot of effort in marketing. Like I said, for the Sonic Boom, for the AC/DC. Not something you really see anymore because a lot of people just don't care about physical media. You know, unlike us
Yeah.
and collectors. But you know, it is what it is. Again, a band you don't commonly find at Walmart anymore. This is Anvil.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is their classic album. This is Metal on Metal, and I picked this up in 2009. My first introduction to the band, I hadn't heard of them, and I found this. I'm like, what is this? Didn't buy it right away, but it stayed on my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and get it. I need to know what this is. And thinking back, it makes so much sense. This was there because they were probably promoting the documentary, which came out around this time, the story of Anvil. But also around the same time, Anvil was opening for AC/DC in Moncton at the Magnetic Hill.
I was there.
Right, yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, I missed it sadly, but yeah, they're probably promoting. So again, I went back, I bought it, and I've been a fan of the band ever since. Yeah, and you just don't find them at Walmart. So it's kind of cool that I found that there. What else? Van Halen. Got a lot of my Van Halen remasters at Walmart over the years. Most of these in the $5 bin. I got the 3 albums here, and I want to show this off. This is my copy of 1984, and I bought this around 2009. And as you can see, it's different from the other ones. This one comes in like this cardboard cover, because around this time, Warner Brothers Records, they were going like for this eco-friendly approach. So a lot of their titles, they had kind of stopped distributing them in jewel cases. They came in a little case like this, which, I mean, personally, I prefer the safety of a jewel case on my shelf, but you know, I wanted the album, so I got it.
Jex, is that a little bit bigger than a regular size CD? Because it kind of looks like it is.
It is, Tim. I'll show you. That's, if you have OCD, which I kind of have when it comes to my collection, it kind of stands out on the shelf. I don't care for it. As you can see, it's a little bigger, but I like that it kind of looks like a little LP sleeve. So these are some more of that same
nice
Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits and ZZ Top Greatest Hits in the same type of cover. The only tease is that, oh, hey, cool, these are gatefolds, but they have nothing.
No.
So at least the Van Halen one has the.
You know, to be fair, none of those albums were gatefolds anyway.
Exactly.
So I don't think you're missing anything. But that's a cool, cheap way to get some good classic rock stuff for sure.
Yeah. And I'll wrap up real quick. I'll show a few more and then give it back to you. So as far as Warner Brothers titles goes, they often has, it wasn't like the bin like it is now, but it was just like this display full of Warner titles. And one day I went in and I got Black Sabbath self-titled debut and Deep Purple Machine Head. So that was a good day. But before I ever bought that, the first Deep Purple I ever bought was at Walmart, and it was this, which is Nobody's Perfect. The live compilation, I guess you could call it. And I didn't know that going into it. I just saw that it opened up with Highway Star. Like, oh, I love that song, and a few of these others. I bought it, and then I realized it was live, and I was kind of disappointed at the time. Now I like live recordings. They've grown on me. By the time I did not, and I was kind of bummed. But in hindsight, I'm really glad to have it in my collection now. So I'm going to take a break and hand it back to you.
Cool. Well, when you see things like, when you see like the Black Sabbath and the Deep Purple, make no mistake, probably Warner Music paid for 2 weeks worth of advertising space there, right? None of those things happen for no reason. And it's not just, to say nothing of the ones that I've actually got, but I bought so many gifts for people, like CDs as gifts at Walmart before. And that just doesn't happen that much anymore. I mean, the CD, last I checked, the CD section in Woodstock was still there, but it was pretty slim pickings. But I thought that before, and then all of a sudden you'll see that there's some new stuff in. So I don't know. and it's funny because I like you mentioned with the Anvil, I actually wanted to go in and pick up the ZZ Top live album, Live Around the World or Tonight at Midnight or whatever it's called. And I'd had that in my hands so many times. Of course, I decided I had to go in for something anyway. And I went back there and of course it's gone. But so, yeah, another thing I picked up when the Metallica reissues came out, Walmarts were generally quite well stocked with those. You could fill a Metallica collection pretty quick. I ended up getting this, the soundtrack to their concert film Through the Never, which kind of stands as a good live best of, actually.
Yeah.
Another thing I bought, you know, at the same time, I didn't need either of them. I had all the songs on them. I bought the very best of Kiss and Led Zeppelin Mothership. Now here's one where I actually bought like multiple formats. There you go. And yours is different than mine because yours is a jewel case and mine's a digipack.
Yeah, it's one of those funky jewel cases too. Yeah.
I have my Thin Lizzy greatest hits looks like your Mothership. So it's got the tabs like that or whatever. I bought Queen Live at the Rainbow 74 on CD and DVD. Great classic live album and concert, by the way. Loverboy's greatest hits, just because it did have a couple new songs on it that didn't have. I think the $5 bin, I got Fleetwood Mac Rumors. Surprisingly, one that I got when it first came out was Dream Theater's The Astonishing. You know, I was a little surprised to see that. Another one in the $5 bin was Yes 90125. Def Leppard, another double CD DVD set. And There Will Be a Next Time, live from Detroit. Went in once, came out with Greta Van Fleet, Black Smoke Rising, which I guess became pretty rare, but I just happened to find it when I did. And for $5, I bought the AC/DC Let There Be Rock concert film from '79. Went in one day, bought three things. I got this Poison Best of Ballads and Blues, which really the only different thing on this was the acoustic version of Something to Believe In that had different lyrics. It was a B-side back in the day. Bought this album when it came out at the same time. Lindsey Buckingham, Christine McVie, which I consider to be a Fleetwood Mac album because it's all a Fleetwood Mac except Stevie Nicks. ZZ Top Eliminator. I'd never had it. I forgot I didn't have it. I'm like, well, I'll get it. Another time I went, got this Foreigner album. It's their classics with an orchestra. It's a CD DVD set. And I got this Bryan Adams Live at Budokan DVD. Another Fleetwood Mac is a best of called Don't Stop. I bought the Bohemian Rhapsody movie there, DVD Blu-ray. The last new thing I bought at Walmart, and I remember telling my buddy John, who's been on the show before, about it, he went and they were gone, was the soundtrack of The Dirt. Oh, cool. So I picked that up there. And the last things I found there that I bought were almost 2 years ago now. I bought this Nazareth anthology, which was only like $10 or something like that, 2-disc set, and The Essential Journey. But, you know, that was a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't have bought. Like I would have maybe ended up getting it, maybe not. Some of the compilations and stuff. But I'm just saying that you make the stuff available and people will buy it. But
yeah.
So Jex, more stuff from you. You got more stuff, more Walmart stuff.
Well, that's the beauty. You're saying at Walmart, sometimes you get stuff just to get it. That's the beauty of Walmart. You go in to get laundry detergent or dish soap, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to swing over to the electronics and see what's there. And then you end up buying like a greatest hits or something. You know, it was hard not to at the time. That's what I liked about the music section at Walmart. You showed Motley Crue, the Dirt soundtracks. I'm going to show, that's where I got my greatest hits of the Crue, which came with this cool slipcover here. That's what the art looks like. And I love that art. I love that caricature of the band.
Yeah, that's what the original CD looked like, except it was more of a brown color. And that red color is what the vinyl looks like that I have.
Right. And I think this red one, as opposed to the brown one, I think it had some extra songs. I forget. I think
it's
there's
newer.
Different. Yeah.
It's about 10 years newer.
Right. Yeah. This one says 2000. But yeah. Very cool. Got that. And Judas Priest, which is another one you don't really commonly find at Walmart. This is the Essential. Got this in 2010. And that's when I was just getting into Judas Priest. I had found a cassette of Screaming for Vengeance. I was like, I need to get more of these guys. So I went to Walmart to see what they had. They had this and the 30th anniversary of British Steel, which had just come out. So I was like, okay, I can only get one of these. And I thought for like minutes and minutes and minutes, and eventually I went with this one because I figured it would be a good way to really kind of get a taste of their discography, and I'm glad I did because it's really the best of the best on here. And I've been a diehard fan ever since then. Now this is a cool one. This is still sealed. This is the proof. I never opened it because I usually listen to it on vinyl, but I thought this would be cool to have for the car. This is the 2011 reissue of Blizzard of Oz, because I had the 2002, and I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
The re-recorded drums and bass. So this 2011 reissue restores the original tracks. So I had to buy it just to have the original. But like I said, I usually listen to it on vinyl, but I certainly, if I want to listen to it in the car or something, I'll have this. Got a few more things to show. Rush. When I was getting into Rush, this is about 2008, 2009. Walmart had actually a really decent Rush selection. The first one I bought, this is retrospective 1. I think you showed the third one earlier, right?
3, yeah.
This was the retrospective 1, which chronicles 74 to 80, which is really the best of the early days of Rush. And shortly after that, I bought any Rush I could find. So I got 2112, which if you're going to get into Rush, what better to check them out?
There is none.
No, exactly. I agree. And a few cool. These are all cardboard cases, the eco-friendly stuff. This is the Feedback 2004, the covers EP.
Yeah.
This is Feedback.
Yeah, that's all that ever did come in was a digipack. I think I've never seen a jewel case version of that.
Neither have I. So I'm assuming it only came in the pack. This is Snakes and Arrows, 2007.
Yep.
I really, really like this album. This 20 doesn't come out very much. I like it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
And Working Men from 2009. This is kind of a live compilation. It's got stuff from Rush and Rio and Snakes and Arrows live. It's like a best of live, and I eventually bought it. But I remember when it first came out, I was like, I don't need this, but it's Rush, so I had to eventually get it. And that's another thing that they, like you mentioned with the Judas Priest, and that's the same series as this, the Essentials, like Sony's Essentials series, or they'd have the Icon, or of course they're escaping me right now, but the Essentials, every record label would have their series. And so you'd get a lot of similar looking albums, but they were a good way for a quick introduction to a band. I know Sony also had a series called Playlist, and they're usually in the $5 section. But yeah, I mean, we've talked about this. I believe in owning albums, and somebody says, oh yeah, I got the new such and such album. It's like, where is it? And they go, it's right here. I'm like, that's your phone. Where's the album? So I know that eventually it'll come to the period where there just isn't. So I guess the only advice I can say is, like, whether you shop at Walmart or wherever, if they buy a CD once in a while, if you want to keep coming back to find stuff. Yeah, for sure. Two last things to show, because these are just so odd. Walmart had these packs. They're kind of like compilations, and these were both released by Deadline. What is it? Deadline Music, a division of Cleopatra Records, which I don't know much about.
Yeah, this just I bet I know what this is.
Yeah, have you ever seen this?
Yeah,
American 80s hair metal.
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest thing. It's the most misleading title, because a good chunk of these are from the early to mid 90s. But I don't want to be that guy. But this is just so weird, because you got a lot of like heavy hitters on here. You got Quiet Riot, Bang Your Head, and Come On Feel the Noise. So they're two greatest hits. You got Cinderella, Shake Me. You got Warrant, Cherry Pie, Girl School by Brittany Fox, Round and Round, Rat, Winger 17, which I think this is the first place I heard it. You got Once Bitten, Twice Shy by Great White. This is where the hatred started. This is the first place I heard it. I did not like that song. It kept me from checking out the band for many years. But what I need to mention about this is that a lot of those songs are alternate versions. It's either demos, or you have live cuts, re-recording. It's weird, but
the Deadline Cleopatra is an American label, and they would put out these demo albums. I believe I've got the Winger demo anthology came out on that label. So yeah, those are not the original recordings because they'd have to license them from Sony and Capitol and you know, Atlantic and whoever else. But yeah, I've seen plenty of those. And did you notice that the font they use on there is the AC/DC font?
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
what caught my attention right out of the gate.
And that's probably intentional because it draw, like people like you and me, it'll draw the eyes in. But yeah, they used to have a ton of those. And another thing that used to bug me is they would have all of these bootleg concerts, but they make them look like they were legit. And the one that I think that just bugged the crap out of me, I saw this one and it just said Van Halen Jump on it. And it was it was a Dave era photo of the band, but it was a concert with Sammy. And I'm like, that's just like sloppy. But you know, people will buy those and anyway. But you know, who knows? Maybe another chain will pick up the slack. I don't know. I just, you know, it's come a long way from the days when most department stores had really decent music stores. We've talked about that before, but you know, I'm glad that I got what I did get. And you know, I just big proponent of going out there and buying the physical media and CDs. Believe it or not, I talk a lot about vinyl. I talk a lot about cassettes and 8-tracks. I listen to CDs more than anything. To me, if I'm going to have something of one format, it's got to be CD because it's the most practical for me because I can listen to it in my car or I can, you know, rip it onto my laptop and keep it on there. But
Exactly. And now's the time to buy CDs because a lot of places, thrift stores, pawn shops, marketplace, people are getting rid of them and selling them for next to nothing. So if you're collectors like us, now's the time to go out and buy those used copies while they're nice and cheap because there might be a revival someday.
Fill in those holes in your collections that you're missing of, you know, all these bands. Well, Jax, thanks a lot for depressing me. Yeah, no, this was a cool discussion, and I'm curious out there, like, is your experience where you are? Because chances are, if you're watching this, there's a Walmart somewhere nearby, or a similar, like I know in the UK, there's Primark, there's different places like that. What's your experience been? Or like, are physical CDs disappearing from store shelves that aren't music stores? You know, comment. And if you found some really odd, cool things from Walmart, like Jax's AC/DC crate, show us, you know, post some photos. We'd love to see them. So thanks, Jax, for helping me out with this one. And thank you for the idea. We'll see you again. Thanks, everybody, for watching Tim's Final Confessions.